Greetings.
Welcome to Film Gazers, a podcast focusing on the science fiction, horror, fantasy trinity, and 20th century entertainment. I'm Steph.
I'm Jess. We're cousins / besties. Join us as we reminisce, discuss, and review films from our childhood.
The and.
It's a hard and.
It's a hard and. Meowdy.
Meowdy.
Hope everyone's been doing well and enjoying their November. It is still earlier in the month for us. We're trying to get a little ahead here, guys. So I think when this releases, it will be a little right before Thanksgiving. So we hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I don't know. I guess I was going to say be grateful, thankful, blessed.
Thankful, grateful, blessed.
But I prefer to gobble till I wobble.
Yeah. Hope you gobble till you wobble. What I wrote for the promo that I scheduled was, I hope you have the most magnificent feast that you can afford.
That's a good one. There we go. I think I'm going to dub it a recession Thanksgiving.
Yes, because it is.
Yeah, we're not
Depression Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we're not even cooking a whole turkey this year. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm just going to get some of those, like the turkey breasts.
They're really good, actually. I do those a lot.
I've never done one. So yeah, I'll do one of those instead this year. Because normally we like to fry our turkey. We're one of those people. And peanut oil is expensive.
Peanut oil?
It is a pricey. Like last Thanksgiving, 2 Thanksgivings ago, because I did smoked turkey last year. So the year before that, though, we fried it, and Andrew does it really good too. He fries really well. But the peanut oil alone cost us, it was $95.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we only
You're like, it was more than the fucking turkey.
Yes, like the turkey was dirt cheap, like, and it was still like $120 turkey.
Damn.
Just because you're frying it in peanut oil. And
right. You're like, you're frying it in gold. So.
Yeah, like liquid fucking gold.
Liquid gold. You're like, thank God I'm not allergic to peanuts anymore. I wouldn't even be able to eat the son of a bitch.
That's part of the appeal of why we do it.
To laugh in the face of danger.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, anyway, so we hope you'll have a great Thanksgiving that you can afford.
The best Thanksgiving that your money can buy.
Yes. So with that, what have you been watching and doing?
I started a reality series on Netflix called College Hill Celebrity Edition.
What even is all that?
It's these celebrities. They're obviously living together. That's part of the reality show premise. So they all live in like it's not really a dorm, it's just like a sorority house that they live in together.
So it's sounds very VH1.
It does, yeah. It's on BET.
Oh, okay.
But it was on Netflix is where I watch it. But yeah, it's a BET show.
Oh, checks out. It sounded like one of the music like channels reality shows.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's great.
And so they're going to Texas Southern University and they are completing a like specialty certificate program.
Okay.
And it's like crash courses to where they only go to the classes like for 3 days in a row and then get a certificate if they complete it, you know?
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. So, and then they all go to like these classes together and then have to do like group projects and that kind of stuff.
Are these like all adults?
Yes. It's all adults going back to college.
Okay.
So it's like a predominantly, I'm like all Black college.
Oh, like I think they're called HBCUs, historically Black college.
Yes,
I think.
Yes. So they're going there, and it's got like Lamar Odom, it's got Nene Leakes, it's got Ray J. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
Isn't he the one that had the sex tape with Kardashian?
I believe so.
And watching that is hilarious because he reminds me of like Kevin Hart, but not in like he reminds me of a character that Kevin Hart would play.
Because he was Brandy's brother in the show, right? In her show.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Oh, Moesha.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I think they really are siblings.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, and they did the show together. Moesha.
and Lamar Odom. I didn't realize that he had so many heart attacks. He's had like,
Really?
yeah, he had like heart attacks. I think he's had like, I don't want to say brain damage, but like a brain injury.
Oh,
So he had
geez.
to like relearn how to like read and like
Oh
his
God.
memory's been like
Oh,
super affected.
like a TBI, like
Oh,
a
or like a stroke, maybe. Maybe it was a stroke
oh shit.
too. Like he had
Jesus.
strokes, he had heart. Yeah. And I was like, he's not even that old. I mean, he's really tall, you know? I mean, big people usually have
Yeah, I think they do have like
a lot of
circulation
issues.
issues, yeah, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That
'Cause
sucks.
they're so much like the heart's got to pump so hard.
Yeah, that's crazy though. I kind of forgot about him too.
I know. And I was like, oh my God, I remember him being everywhere on the tabloids. Like I remember
Yeah.
could not go through a checkout line without seeing him and
I know.
Chloe.
So when you said that name, I was like, damn, like I haven't heard that name in a hot minute.
I know. Didn't think it had been that long ago either until you think back on it. You're like, damn, I
Yeah.
guess it's been a while. But yeah, so I recommend that show. It's got some good drama. And then me and my mom watched a movie that I've never even heard of, so it totally snuck past me. It was from 2015 and it's called The Wedding Ringer, and it's
Hmm.
got Kevin Hart and Josh Gad in it. And I
Oh.
was like, I'm really surprised I haven't heard of it because they're, two funny people.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one either. At first, when you said The Wedding Ringer, it made me think of that Johnny Knoxville one, which I think was called The
The
Ringer.
Ringer, yeah. It's like a mix between that and The Wedding Singer. Because that's what my mom said. She's like, oh, maybe nobody heard of it because it sounds too much like The Wedding Singer.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah. So it's Kevin Hart has a business to where if you need to rent a best man for your wedding because you don't have any friends and you don't want anybody to know that you don't have any friends and look like a loser. So you can rent a best man, but he can have like a full, he's got packages. So he can, if you want just a best
Oh.
man, if you want like a full groomsman, he can get that.
He can get you some groomsmen.
You need some groomsmen, he can get you some groomsmen.
So classic rom-com setup.
Yes, except I really liked the ending. Well, I mean, there was like one love story kind of shoved in there, but it was mostly about him and Josh Gad's relationship, not really
Aw,
so much of a
about
rom-com.
how they fell in love. It's fine.
How they
Still a
fell in love
rom-com.
as friends. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. It was sweet. So it was really cute. I was pleasantly surprised.
Nice. I'll have to, if I see it randomly, I'll actually maybe watch it.
Yeah. You're like, maybe in 8 years that'll come across my path.
Maybe.
But I won't seek it out. And then I also finished my audiobook. That was the Broken Places one
Nice.
by Tracy Clark. And the book was okay. It wasn't anything like to write home about, but I enjoyed that it was from a female perspective, especially from Black woman's perspective.
Hmm.
And that the narrator, I loved her voice. Just listening to it.
You're like, can you narrate all my books, please?
Yeah. I don't know, her voice is like listening to silk.
Oh, nice.
So that I would recommend that book. And then I started a new one already because I had some cleaning to do. And like I said, for some reason, I'm like, music, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to it. So this one's called A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. And the premise of this one is she's I think it's a psychologist is one that can prescribe medications, right? Or is that a psychiatrist?
I never remember.
She's the one that can prescribe
Yeah.
medications.
We'll just leave it at that.
Because she's also abusing some.
Oh, okay. Got some
And
Nurse Jackie vibes.
which I love. I love when it's not too goody goody,
Yeah.
And she's the daughter of a serial killer. So
Oh.
her dad got taken away when she was 12 because, like, I think it was like 11 girls or something. I can't remember the exact number, but it was a lot of
Okay.
girls that went missing, and they found out that they were all dead. And it was her dad. So he's like, in prison. And I think it's been like 10 to 15 years later is
Oh,
when the story
okay.
takes place.
That sounds
And I
interesting.
and then I think some more girls start to go missing, and then that's when it starts going from there.
Ah,
Yeah, so I was like, ooh, that
interesting.
sounds interesting.
That sounds like a book I would have read in middle school for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I was obsessed with like exactly those kind of books, and or she's a detective and the serial killer's been
hmm
after her because
Yeah, yeah,
blah blah
yeah,
blah
yeah.
with her mom, or yeah.
And those are good ones to listen to. Like those ones like help pique my interest and I don't like zone out, too
Oh,
much.
I bet they are because it's just like it's like listening to a podcast, honestly.
Yeah,
Like you're like
right.
got my murder podcast on.
It's funny because I always would think like, oh, well, isn't it cheating if it's an audiobook? Because I like to put fake rules on myself that nobody else lives by.
Yeah. I mean, I was just looking at I think I was on Threads or something randomly. I don't know why I get on there. It's not good.
I've never got on there.
Someone was complaining about that, saying like, "Oh, you didn't actually read it." And then people are like, "But like deaf people like read braille like because they didn't, or I'm sorry, deaf people, I mean
Blind
I mean
people listen to
blind
audiobooks.
people, no, blind people, yeah, could listen to audiobooks, or if they're using braille, you're not telling them they didn't read something, like just because like
Right.
so it's the concept of how you're getting the stories. And I could see an argument for maybe certain things where uh, maybe it was imperative to how it's written, on the page or something like that kind of stuff. Whatever, I could give you a pass for, I guess. But like, yeah, ultimately, I'm like, most of these books that we're all reading nowadays, like they're basic fiction, like, yeah, it's you're not reading the next like masterpiece of like Dante's Inferno, like,
Right. I'm not
like,
reading like
yeah, like,
fucking
and
Odyssey. Not
yeah,
listening to that
like
shit.
so it just seems so funny to me that people like worry about it because I'm still trying to finish the second book of the Akatar series. And to me, I think I would actually enjoy these types of books on audio. I'm almost
Well, after I
wondering.
listened to that one on Fourth Wing, I was like, actually, when I finished it, I was like, oh, I kind of miss it. Like, I actually liked it being read to me like that.
Yeah, because of the type of story it is. Like, I
hmm
mean, let's get real. They're not using any verbiage or vocabulary that's like, or
Hard
writing
to
styles.
follow.
Yeah, and prose that, like, oh, I need to study the sentence. Like, no, it's fucking like, oh, he fucked me with his big bat dick. Like, I know. Like, why?
It's not literature.
I know, like everyone's acting like we're fucking reading the Canterbury Tales or something. I'm like, what?
Right.
It's like,
We're listening to like fantasy porn. What do you
yeah,
want?
I know. Like, let them. If they want to read it or listen to it, who the fuck cares?
It's like sometimes it's nice and so that way I can listen to it while I'm washing dishes. All right.
It's so funny to me.
Because I'll be washing dishes like giggling like
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, so I think I might get the Libby app though and try out some audiobooks as well for, yeah, and pick out like that one, The Flicker in a Dark. That sounds like something right up my alley.
hmm
And then it was something I could do while I'm, yeah, doing dishes and doing chores and stuff. I like it.
I like it a lot.
We had started doing this a while ago, and I think I just have not mentioned it on the podcast, and I don't know why. I just forget because I watch so much other stuff. But we've been doing kind of this thing, and well, it was when Andrew was working, and obviously he's been off recovering from surgery, but he'll be going back to work next week. So that's pretty crazy
Damn.
already. Yeah. And so Sundays are normally, though, our only days off together. And so we started doing Sunday morning cartoons. And we go back and watch like all the different cartoons from our childhood. Right now, we've been doing Gargoyles and Rugrats.
Nice.
And they're both so good. Like, I mean, Gargoyles is fucking awesome. Like,
Is it?
I love that show.
You
when I
always
was a
loved it.
kid.
I know.
Yeah,
I remember that.
and I always loved it. And I had the VHS board game. Like, I was into it. And then rewatching
To me, it was boring as a
No,
kid.
it's still so good. Like, and then with the Jonathan Frakes and Mira Cerdis, like, you have freaking
Wait, Jonathan.
Riker.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait, really?
yeah,
He's in
Riker.
it?
Yeah, he's like he's Xanatos. He's like the kind of main arch nemesis of Goliath the Gargoyle.
Mm.
And then Demona is Goliath's OG bitch, but she like turns against him. And that's Diana Troy from freaking TNG. She's the voice of that character.
Are you watching it on what?
On our Plex account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on there. And it is so dang good. We are already, I think, on season 3. Like, yeah. And we're loving it. And then after we watch an episode of that, we'll sprinkle in, like I said, right now it's Rugrats, which also is still like great. Like, it is a solid children's show. It is so funny. Like, the animation style was like so unique and of its time.
Very Nickelodeon.
And yeah, it was just, it's still fun. We've also done some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course, and that one was still a lot of fun. Very cheesy. Like, it's very, like that.
Like the original cartoon.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
So it has that, you remember the cartoons in the 80s. They just have that very particular vibe to them.
Yeah.
And it's still really fun, though. And then also Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the original,
Nice.
of course. Yeah. A little bit of DuckTales. Woo. Again, all the originals. We're not doing any remakes of anything. So that's been really fun to go and do. Like, we'll eat cereal or breakfast and we watch, like an hour of cartoons.
Nice.
And it feels right. Like, in the mornings, even as an adult, I always felt like something was kind of missing in my morning routines. And when I think back to it, it's because when I was a kid and you're getting ready, there's always just like a cartoon playing in the background. There was like the news and then like cartoons.
Yeah.
And so I just, in the morning when I like have a cartoon on the background, even if I'm not sitting and fully watching it, it just feels like my day has started correctly.
You know what I'm going to try? Because I remember as a kid, it was Fridays specifically because we had satellite. So I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think it was like
fancy.
Yeah, we were fancy. We had that giant ass satellite in our backyard. And it was Thundercats.
Yes.
Fridays were Thundercats. And when I came down to breakfast and sat at the bar in our little tiny kitchen TV, and it was Thundercats, and I was like, yes, it's Friday. Because, I was such a hard sleeper. I wouldn't even know what day it was when I woke up. And I would be like, yeah, it's Friday.
That is also on the Plex server. You're welcome.
Oh my God. Because I used to love Thundercats. Like, I just thought that was so cool with their sword.
Yep. That was the one we started that one too when we first started doing the cartoons, and it's a little rough. So we weren't like hard watching it.
It's didn't hold up well.
I'm not going to say it didn't, but it's in between. And then I also randomly watched one night the What We Do in the Shadows movie, because I have watched the television show, but I actually had never watched the movie.
I did, but when it came out.
Yeah, and it came out a while ago now. I was like, oh my God. And it was very funny. I actually think the show is better. Like, just because the format in which the movie was done was perfect for a television show. Like, it makes sense that
Hmm.
they went on and continued with this idea in the series, because you could see all the little kind of ideas, that they like latched onto and then just like were able to expand in the television show. So loved it though. I mean, it was it was really funny with what's his name, Tremaine. He was in the Flight
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
Concords. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like I love him. I
I know.
loved Flight of the Concords. I was pretty into that show when it like as it was coming out back in the day.
Hmm.
So then I also watched Freakier Friday.
Oh, you did? How was it?
Yes, yeah, it was cute. It was a little like manic though in the first half of the movie because they like body switch with 4 people in this one.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little extreme. Like it does feel very like for the younger kids of this generation, which is like
Right.
everything's so fast, and like
Yeah.
quick and so the plot line's kind of just a little, I don't know if convoluted, it's a little much. But everyone was really good in it. Like you could tell they had a great time filming it. It was really nice to see Lindsay Lohan just look like Lindsay Lohan and be like,
Yes.
like you can tell she's like got her spark back
Hmm.
with acting again. Because I hadn't watched that new Christmas film she did
I
that
did.
everyone raved about. Yeah, I still need to. I'll probably watch that one this year for the.
She did a couple of them.
Yeah, apparently, and that's when everyone's like, "Oh, Lindsay's coming back. Lindsay's back," but I didn't see any of those. So this was my first one seeing her with her comeback, kind of. And yeah, I thought everyone did well, but yeah, I felt the script and plot line was a little much.
Mm.
Just with the 4 people and like this other girl, like they still tied it together, but I just still felt like it was a little rough. I do prefer the first one because I was, gosh, like the age when it came out, like
Oh man, I
I
love
was
that movie.
16. Yeah, I remember getting it for like, yeah, I think it was like my 16th birthday. Like it was one of the, like one of the,
And I always love Jamie Lee Curtis, especially from True Lies.
yes, that was what I always, yeah, knew her from too. Love her in that. But
Hmm.
but yeah, so it was still cute though. And that's kind of all the movies. We haven't done a ton of movies right now. We finished The Expanse season 2. Still
Okay.
good. Yep. No, I like highly recommend it. Like it is, if you're wanting a sci-fi show, it is good. It is good. And now our late night sitcom, because we had kind of finished a lot of different ones. We're like at a weird point where it was like, oh, we could start watching another season of Expanse. Like, what are we doing? We're gonna do the season 2 of Psychopaths, of that anime I had been watching that was really good. I took a little break in between seasons for that, and so that's our new dinner show. But then our late night
Mhm.
sitcom is King of Queens.
How is it?
I never really watched King of Queens.
I did.
I vaguely remembered it. And
Because I used to love Kevin James back
oh my
then.
God, I hate him. I fucking hate Kevin James. Like, I will say it. I cannot stand him, cannot stand his character.
Yeah, I don't like him anymore.
Yeah, like at the time, I could see why everyone's like, oh, he's cute, he's funny, he's a little different. I don't know. I just fucking hate him. But Jerry Stiller and Leah Remini like steal the show.
Hmm.
Like for sure. So it's worth me like, because like I said, it's like my late night before bed. Like I watch like one episode. And I just like Jerry Stiller. I like his character better than his Seinfeld character. Because
Hmm.
George's dad is just, it's so much. And
Yeah.
and even as Andrew pointed out though, I think it was him along with the mother. Like you put them together and it was like they're almost unbearable at times.
Yeah.
So
Which they're
him,
supposed to be.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But in this one, because he doesn't have, just a counterpart like that, making him even more. And then just the way he like randomly yells, like it's not always yelling, it's just more of the random yell. It's really fun. I don't know. It just cracks me up. So, all right, guys, we are finishing up Fantasy and Fellowship with Willow today. If you missed it, we did Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition
Lord of the
of the Rings.
Rings.
That will conclude November. And we did finally come up with December's theme for you guys. This will be Film Gazers War on Christmas.
Most hated Christmas film. in our opinion.
In our personal opinions. So Jessica, what's your pick?
I picked Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh no, I like that one a little bit.
And I'll tell you why. It's been a while
Ja-
since I watched it now.
Jamie Lee Curtis, though, you're gonna love her in it still. She's so
Yes.
funny.
I mean, I do love Jamie Lee Curtis, but it pissed me off so bad when I first watched it that people were trying to tell this couple how to do their fucking Christmas. It's like if they don't want to celebrate, if they want to go on a cruise, that's their fucking business.
It's their prerogative.
That's their prerogative. And it just pissed me off. And I was like, fuck this movie. I hate this movie.
So yeah, give it another chance, maybe.
I will. That's why when we were talking about picking War on Christmas, and I was like, great, now we get to watch movies that we hate.
It's not the holidays unless everyone's misery, Clark.
Yeah. Truer words have never been spoken.
Yeah, I don't think that's the exact line, but it's Christmas
close
and
enough.
everyone's miserable. Oh, that's one of our favorites. So my pick, I was like torn between two things. And that was It's a Wonderful Life. I hate that movie. But it's very old school. And I feel like there's a lot of people who also don't like it for the same reasons, that I do. So instead, we're going to go with another one that I couldn't stand as a kid, and I have never watched it since. So this will be one of those, is Miracle on 34th Street.
Yes, I also hated that movie as a
Yeah,
kid.
it was the 1994 one, because, that one came out, obviously, when we were children. So
yes.
That'll be December. Get ready for that, guys. Let us know what your favorite and least favorite Christmas films are. So in this episode, we watched 1988's Willow. It was directed by Ron Howard, the screenplay by Bob Dolman, story by George Lucas, produced by Nigel Wool. It was starring Val Kilmer, Joanne Whalley, Warwick Davis, Billy Barty, Jean Marsh. Cinematography was by Adrian Biddle. It was edited by Daniel P. Hanley, Mike Hill, and Richard Hiscott. The music was by James fucking Horner.
I know, I said that too. I was like, oh, James Horner.
We've been talking about him so much lately. He's very much ingrained into the fantasy and fellowship theme and genres of movies. So this was released on May 20th, 1988. It does have a pretty long running time at 126 minutes. The budget was $35 million, which was quite high. The box office was $137.6 million. So it still did well, but from everything I was reading, they were expecting it to do way better, so actually this was kind of like a mid disappointment.
They're like, it's an epic fantasy. What could possibly go wrong?
By George Lucas, like he was coming off of like Star Wars, so with that, I'll just jump into it. So he did conceive the idea in 1972 when he was working on Return of the Jedi. And he was working with Warwick Davis, who was, so that was and he met him, and then he just like basically inspired him kind of, and was like, man, I want to do a movie with this guy. Like he literally had Warwick Davis in mind from the start, it seems like. Which I thought was very sweet, because we love Warwick Davis. Obviously, we covered Leprechaun before.
And oh my God, he was so fucking young in this movie.
Yes, he was 17. Isn't that
I didn't realize he was that young.
Yeah, he was only a teenager too. So
damn.
Just totally crazy.
Wow, he was phenomenal in this thing, especially knowing he was that young.
And originally the title was called Munchkins. I'm really glad they dropped that. Yeah, because that would have been not cool. Basically, though, it was kind of thanks to all his prior connections that this was even able to be made. He convinced Alan Ladd Jr. of 20th Century Fox to give the green light to Star Wars previously. So he kind of shot a shot with him again. And most of the studios that he was going to, they didn't want to do or fund this film because films like Labyrinth, Dragon Slayer, Legend, and Krull had come out, and they had all tanked at the box office. So they're like, basically like, no.
They're like, no, this will be different.
All the other studios were like, no, like obviously the audiences don't want fantasy. And it's so funny because all of these
Hmm.
movies became like cult classics once they were like
After the fact,
on,
yeah.
yeah, like released to home video and stuff. So it's just funny, like, no, there is a demand for it. It's just not.
Well, and it might have been at that time too. It was like if you were into fantasy, you were kind of considered a nerd or like a little kid. So these kind of movies going to the theater, people back then were like, I can't be seen going to theater to see Legend,
Yeah, some people I
especially a
would.
guy,
Well, and then
like,
also there was like the satanic panic stuff, I feel like in the
right.
80s too. So I think that might have maybe dissuaded some people who didn't really know what these films were probably about,
And
like
like
because
parents aren't going to let their kid go see something that's got that devil in it.
yeah, but like I mean at the end of the day they're all just fairy tales basically. So it's just so
No, I
funny.
know that. I'm just saying back then that's probably why they tanked at the movie theater.
Probably, yeah. So it's
And
just
then when
so
they got
funny.
on video that like people had more access to it
Hmm.
anonymously.
So eventually, though, Ladd was working at MGM and he agreed to back Lucas with this one and had created Industrial Light and Magic, which is ILM. And that he was working, I think he had his company was helping Ron Howard in the post production phase of Cocoon. And so that was kind of how
I
he
forgot about that
got,
one.
yeah, so that was how he got Ron Howard kind of talking him into direct was through this connection. And he also knew Bob Dolman and he brought him in to write the screenplay and was heavily involved during the drafts and everything. So during this time, I guess George Lucas decided that he was going to name some of the bad guys after people who had taken shots at some of his projects.
Oh.
So apparently Lucas is quite petty. So General Kale, the the general guy with like
Hmm.
the skull mask and everything, the leader of her armies, is a reference to a noted New Yorker critic named Pauline Kael.
Oh. Shots fired.
Yeah, she was later quoted as saying, and another, again, she didn't give him a good review. But she said she was honored to have been named after the what to like be the villain be named after her.
That's funny.
um Likewise, the two-headed dragon was christened the Ebor Sisk, and that was after Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
But it only appeared in the actual script and like things that were referring to the character. It was
Yeah.
never said in the movie. And I guess Ebert actually gave this one like 2.5 stars out of 5. And I think he even said that he liked the dragon. Like, but he had no idea, I guess, when he wrote the review that
Or he might have.
I know who knows, but just that the two-headed dragon was Siskel and Ebert. I thought that was pretty funny.
That is funny.
So most of the filming took place in Dinaric Quarry in Wales, some at Elstree Studios in Hertfordshire, and a small section in New Zealand.
Mm.
And as I mentioned, yeah, Warwick was only 17. And this was his first film where he wasn't hiding behind a mask either, where he just got
Yeah.
to be himself.
I mean, he was handsome.
I know he was, like I said, he was so baby faced though. Like I
Hmm.
also was like, I was like, he's so young. I even thought it was funny that he's supposed to be a father in it because I was like, well, luckily this is a fantasy book, so you're not really supposed to know how old or
Old they
how,
are.
yeah, how
Yeah.
they can age and stuff because I'm like, he looks far too young. Because in actuality, those actors that played his children were only like 6 and 8 years younger than him. Like
Right.
they were like 9 and 10, and he's only like 17.
Oh, that little girl was that young?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
I
I
think
mean that old? I thought she was
yeah.
like 4.
No, no, no. I guess she was like, or she might have been the younger one. No, I think the little boy though was the younger one. I think she was almost like 9 years old or something.
Oh, hmm.
Yeah. So Val Kilmer did most of his own stunts as well as horseback riding, and he apparently ad-libbed like a huge chunk of his
Nice.
dialogue. Specifically, one that I had got was when he gets out of the cage. They let him out,
Hmm.
and he goes and hugs Migoosh or whatever, or
Yeah.
Migosh,
My gosh.
and he goes, "I feel better." That was just him. he, Ron Howard apparently really actually enjoyed like letting him ad lib because he thought he was great and really in the character and really fleshed out the Mad Mardigan character.
Hmm.
Davis also said that he had very fond memories of working with Kilmer. He described him as having a great, wacky sense of humor, and he was very passionate and dedicated, and that he probably wouldn't have got through filming without him, because he said that he very much was like, you can keep going, keep doing this, because, I mean, this was kind of intense for Warwick Davis. Like,
I'm sure.
walking through some of these things that they had to do and all of this, like it would be real cold some days. And he said that Val Kilmer just always kept his spirits up and everything. Apparently their chemistry was just like out of this world. Like everyone said that they just got along so well and they acted with each other really well. So I thought that was really sweet.
That is.
And regarding a lot of the special effects, Dennis Murin and his team of effect artists had a lot of headaches with this one. They knew for a lot of stuff, there obviously was some stop motion animation used in certain scenes with certain monsters, what they used to do, like the optical dissolves, but they helped settled on the technology of what was called like morphing at the time, digital morphing techniques. And they had this guy who was like an early programmer, and it looked like, I watched a video about it. It was pretty interesting. So this was like, basically they pioneered like early CGI in a way with the morphing of the one witch lady, Rizel. So all of that was like brand spanking new of how they did it. And he's like working on this old, it looks like an old Mac or IBM, like it's pretty crazy, like how they could use the technology at the time. It was pretty cool. So that was like groundbreaking in terms of just the technology behind it. All of the magic spells where it's like the lightning, and stuff coming out of their wands, those were all animated by hand. So that was drawn like on every scene with the film footage and everything by hand, and it had to all match up. Like it's
wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
School. That's old school right there. Yeah. So it's very cool that they did kind of like, I guess, a combo, almost a cell animation, really, is I guess what it is on the film. And then, of course, they did blue screen, was what it was back then, for the brownies. So that's how they were able to do the brownies. Those guys were just filmed in front of blue screens, and then they were put over, all the other characters. So it looked like they were smaller, because they're supposed to be like small. So I guess.
Right. Like an inch.
Yeah, because like you got to think, basically they're halfling kind of people that are like Warwick Davis. They're using actual little people and everything, and people who have dwarfism and all of that. So you don't obviously have to play with perspective. So it's just interesting going from Lord of the Rings, in which no actual like little people were used. It was all perspective and everything. So it was cool to see the differences in how the two different teams kind of came about making that on the screen. I thought it was pretty cool. There is a lot of behind the scenes stuff for this, though, like on YouTube and everything. So if anyone's interested, apparently Warwick Davis even made a whole diary.
Oh.
Yeah, a whole video diary while he was working on it. And then he like forgot about it for years, and then and then he found it in like a closet. It was like, oh yeah, and then it's released on like a special feature on one of the Blu-rays or something. So that's
amazing.
There. Yeah, so you can watch that. And then of course we know Val Kilmer documented almost his whole life. Like he had that film that was released, and of course he passed away this year, but there is footage, I believe, from that time as well that Val Kilmer took too. So it's pretty cool when the actors are making their own like vlogs and stuff back then.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, Horner did the music for this one. And I feel like in our last two, we were kind of talking shit about him just because we're like, I can't believe he passed up like these big franchises. But so just to give credit where credit's due, we obviously still love James Horner. I mean, come on. He did Titanic. He did Avatar, Aliens.
Which, I love Avatar.
Yeah, I know. He even did An American Tale. So I thought that was really cool. And The Land Before Time.
Oh, well, I mean,
and Jumanji and Casper. So
he's a legend.
Yeah, he's a huge part of
our
childhood.
We didn't mean anything by it.
So I was giving a little credit where credit's due. Now I have two more cool facts, and these were removed or like deleted. There's a deleted scene that once they were at the castle of Tir Asleen, Sorsha is spoken to by her father, who's imprisoned in the stone. So you actually find out basically in earlier drafts of the screenplay, so this is what was cut out too. So there was a little more background information. So Mad Mardigan was originally a knight in the kingdom of Galadorn. And this is the one that was destroyed by the queen. And that character, Eric, that we meet, was the only real friend. And his recklessness did get him into trouble as he had a love affair with an Eastern beauty that tainted the family name. And he had a chance to regain his honor back in battle, and then he ruined it by deserting. So that's kind of why there's supposed to be more of that tension between Eric and Mad Mardigan.
I mean, I kind of got that. Anyway.
Yeah, they imply some of that. So that was fine because, like, I do feel like his character was still more fleshed out. It was Sorsha that I was like, why is she so, like, just not like a part of it when she like helps in the end, you know, like you don't get the very beginning of this film is very much like if they cut away to the bad person, it's like very 80s style where it's like, we're just going to show the bad guy in their lair for a second and being like, find them. And then,
yeah, you know. Right. It's very Snow White.
So this, I wish they would have kept in the script or even in the film, like the deleted scene that at least they had that much where you would have at least got it in an exposition dump. But so she was the daughter of the king of Tir Asleen, and he was like kind of a good man. And so this would kind of like let people know she had the capability to be good and that he was married to her mother. And then the mother basically was the one who like fucked everything over and took over and fucked her husband over. And then her daughter just kind of went along with it, you know? And I was like, well, that would have made at least something, you know, because really you don't get any of that. So I thought that was very interesting. I also read a really good article that talks a little more about Sorsha and kind of that and where it drops the ball. And it was called 30 Years Later, Willow Remains Charming, Empowering, Flawed Fantasy by Dalen Rowell. And that was on slashfilm.com. So I 100% agreed with that article too.
Well, I think they're still coming out with a miniseries.
No, they did apparently in 2022.
Oh, it did come out?
Yeah, and I think it got canceled after a season. Also, at the time, they were going to get Val Kilmer maybe involved, but he just couldn't do it because of his health. Yeah. Apparently, though, his son did do like the talking for the character. So that way it at least kind of sounds like him a little bit. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can follow that up and at least maybe watch one season. Yeah, give it a go. But those were the fun facts. So with that, Jess is going to take it away with the You Googled Summary.
Enter the world of Willow. Journey to the far corners of your imagination, to a land of myth and magic, where dream and reality live side by side, to a place that never existed, a time that never was. It is a world where a young man named Willow lives out an adventure that explodes beyond the boundaries of his own hopes and fears.
Okay, that told us nothing.
I know.
So, I said this was a Gentry household. What are your memories of this film?
It's a Gentry staple, so much so that probably until I started school, we called my dad Dada. very, very specifically, we would say Dada, Dada, because of Willow.
Oh, that's great.
So there was that. I remember the rat pig dogs were very more pronounced in the film than they actually were because they scared the shit out of me. I remember hearing those in the woods when we would play the rat pig dogs. That's probably why I liked playing in the woods so much was because of this movie.
Nice.
I remember being in love with Mad Mardigan.
Oh yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah. And I guess it's been a lot longer than I thought it had been since I watched it. I think it's been over 10 years now. I'm thinking about it because I forgot a lot about a lot of it.
Yeah. I don't think I had much recollection of this film at all. Nothing really specific. As I was watching it, I had vague memories of Val Kilmer and
Mhm.
like some of his costume, like when he's wearing the like the dress pants
Yeah.
like that he turns into pants or whatever. Like I kind of
The
vaguely
dress diaper.
remembered, yeah, like that look. And then I think it was some of the end battle at the Tir Asleen or wherever. I
Hmm.
think that was like some memory I had because the set, like, the background and everything kind of had a vague familiarness to it.
Hmm.
Again, just from your house. I only ever watched this movie at your house, and I'm beginning to wonder if I ever even watched it like all the way. It might have been one of those situations where, yeah, like your
It
parents
was
were watching
always
it.
on in the background.
Yeah, and we were maybe running in and out kind of thing. So that might be why I only remember like little tidbits and like the end, because that would make sense.
I do remember the brownies.
Yeah, I had no recollection of them.
No recollection.
Nope, none whatsoever.
Especially the main one. I'm gonna have to look his name up.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Kevin Pollak.
Yes, I was gonna say. I was like, they didn't list them on the main credits, but
Grumpy Old Men. That's where I
yeah,
know him from the
yeah,
most. Yes, because I was obsessed with Grumpy Old Men.
yeah. So yeah, so for me, this was like a first time watch. So with that, let's just get into it.
We'll get into it. So, what was your first watch, first impressions?
It was too long, and how the story was played out. Like I would have been okay with a 2 hour runtime if they would have taken a little bit out from kind of the middle bout. Because I mean, you got to think there's a couple of scenes where Willow and him are just running from these people, but
Hmm.
it's just kind of the same one though. It's a few times in a row. Instead of that running, like they could have throw in some of that scene with Sorsha, or just any kind of just anything a little more to flesh out at least her. Like,
Yeah.
Queen Bavmorda or whatever, she's an evil queen, that's fine. You don't really need to know her motivations ultimately.
Hmm.
Like
Power,
she's yeah,
usually.
power, getting biblical, going after babies, like,
Yeah.
the huge
Sacrifice.
it's fine, but because Sorsha, goes to their side, I feel like all that backstory stuff I mentioned, that should have been a chunk of this movie in
Hmm.
place of some of what felt like just filler, eventually. Because even some of it, you don't really even get more of Mad Mardigan sometimes, or it's not like it's really fleshing out the characters more. Yeah, I mean, that was to me the biggest disappointment, but I think the set pieces were really cool. I love the use of all the different kind of practical and, technical effects that they were trying to achieve at the time.
Hmm.
I had the end part with the two-headed monster or whatever, very Clash of Titans,
Yes.
which
Yes, for sure.
and that got me thinking when I was because I'm like, oh, this was like the Gentry household kind of fantasy movie that, before Lord of the Rings came out, later in the 2000s. So,
Hmm.
before that, these were the kind of fantasy films you worked with. But for me, I have to say it was probably Clash of the Titans was like my go-to as a kid. I love that movie and like the stop motion and things like that. Like I love it when those are all implemented in these old kind of movies. So
Hmm.
I enjoyed those parts kind of that were very similar in this film. Yeah, I mean overall I still gave it like a 3 star.
Huh,
So
not bad.
yeah, like it was fine. Like I think Legend, I think I gave about the same. I would say 2.5 to 3. I'm being generous with the 3 just because I did really like Warwick and Kilmer's performances. So like
Hmm.
that alone I think was worth the extra half star. But
I agree.
yeah, but the overall plot, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really simple. He's just taking a baby somewhere. Um,
I wrote there and back again. A
yeah.
Nelwyn's tale.
And that's another thing too that I was disappointed about. Oh, and this was when I did read. Apparently, there was another smaller scene cut where he's using some magic to like get through a vine wall or something. And I guess they also use one of the stones when he's on the boat. Apparently, when him and Roselle are on the boat coming back, there's like a storm and he accidentally turns the boat into stone.
Mm.
That's fine. I can kind of whatever if they cut that out. But it was to let you know why he didn't have as many stones. Like in
I
the
didn't
end,
even think
he
about it.
yeah, and so that's another thing about this movie. I'm like, it's a fantasy movie. Willow wants to be a sorcerer, like, and it just there's still hardly no magic, or it's just him going like, I can't do it, and him waving his wand around a few times just to do this one spell. Like, I
Yeah.
just wish he would have. I mean, while he was with Roselle, have her show it. Well, do this or do that. You know, I don't know, just something more with the magic too. Like it
Yeah.
was
Practicing the magic as opposed to just
walking,
carrying the
walking,
baby.
walking, walking, and then yeah, carrying the baby, and then I don't know. And then I honestly found his character a little annoying sometimes, especially at the beginning, because I'm like, Mad Mardigan's helping you out, like
Yeah. He's like, you never shout in front of a baby. He's like, are
yeah,
you kidding me?
yeah, well, and then even when they were literally actively being chased and they're getting away, and he keeps telling him to stop on
Hmm.
the like carriage scene chase or whatever. I'm like, how the fuck
Right.
is he gonna stop? Like, I get that having a baby and a crazy, I mean, I'm surprised that baby did survive, like, without getting shaken baby syndrome, but
Right. I
but
just like when he's like, now we stop.
yeah, exactly. Like that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I found his character a little annoying at times when it came to the baby stuff because I'm like, you already know you're at a disadvantage. You're
Hmm.
obviously not practicing any magic. Like, we know you're somewhat capable of it. Even the wizard dude told you that you're capable of it if you like believe in yourself or just try a little harder. And then like, but that's not kind of implemented during this time. I mean, Mad Mardigan has to save him, you know. So for him to just be like, "That's not how you deal with a baby," wah 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 wah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
it was a little much for me at certain times. Like, I mean, a lot of people I saw compared this to Lord of the Rings, but I'm like, it's no Lord of the Rings. Like,
I know, but it does have like, even at the beginning when the fellowship first starts out, it's like silhouetted against the mountains, you know?
yes, yeah, that is. But if anything, I'd argue Lord of the Rings took it from here because
That's
this
what I
movie
mean.
came out first. Yeah, for
That's what I
sure.
mean. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
oh, that was straight. They took that scene
Yeah.
straight out of there.
I did like speaking of the beginning when they had like their shire. Yeah, essentially. I
Hmm.
called Andrew and made this comment and I was like, no, that's exactly what it is. And he was like, oh yeah, it's the Hobbit Blues Traveler Festival.
I loved it.
It was just that's exactly the kind of music it sounded like though.
Mhm, yeah. Uh-huh.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So the movie starts with the baby is found in a river. Very
Very
Moses.
Moses.
Yeah, very Moses of her.
I wrote, and like Moses, down the river she went.
Yep. Because the queen, like we said, is gathering up babies and pregnant ladies. And this girl is born with the rune that is supposed to set the prophecy off. And so the mother is able to like talk a midwife basically into like escaping with the baby.
Hmm.
And she ends up getting attacked by those pig dog things. So
Hmm.
so she sets the baby down the river. Willow's children discover the baby. Willow, I love at first, was just going to leave that baby. He was like, nah, just push it on down the river. That's a
Yeah,
teeny
pretend like we didn't
baby.
see anything.
Yeah, yeah, we didn't see that shit.
He still would have if it wasn't for his wife.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
He's like, nobody ever listens to me.
I and they do show at least that like, I don't know, his landlord's still a dick and everything and like trying to get money from him and his crop. So you kind of get this sense of like his life isn't easy, you
Yeah,
know, like he
right.
has things he's having to worry about. He has a family, that kind of stuff. He wants to be this sorcerer and he does like magician work, I guess, like at the festivals and stuff,
Yeah.
and his little tricks that he likes to
Get a
do.
job.
I mean, he's also a farmer, so
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
in his defense, this is his hobby.
Yeah.
But of course, the festival gets fucked up because they're looking for the baby. And he's even like, oh God, they're going to blame me for fucking this shit.
Hmm.
But they do end up coming forward because, yeah, like I said, the wife is keeping it and they're like, no, we think this is the baby. the sorcerer is like, okay, you gotta go take it outside, like where basically the crossroads where the humans, the dakinis, are gonna be. And like he's like, give
Hmm.
someone the baby. Like, and this the sorcerer though can tell like it's an important baby. But I guess he doesn't really know the full extent, maybe, because I just still don't get why he's like, just give it to any human you see.
I think it's because he thinks that they're too small to do anything about it.
I mean, that's
So they
true.
need to give it
Yeah.
to adult.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone,
He's like,
someone.
it's one of your kind. This is your business,
Yeah.
your prophecy.
That's true. That's true.
And I want a statue of that wizard because he is the most adorable man I've ever seen in my life.
He was very adorable.
I was like, his voice, his look, I was like, I'm gonna make a little clay figure of him.
That would be adorable. He was very cute. I also loved Willow's wife, Kaya.
I was like, those are relationship goals.
I know. Oh my gosh. In the scene when, because basically they're like, yo, Willow, you got to do this. And they make them, yeah, like a fellowship, like to
Mhm.
go together. And she says, we've never been apart. I miss you already. And I was like,
I
oh.
know. It was so sweet.
Like, I at least feel like even in that moment, I felt like I got more like depth and character development from that one line, you know, with
Hmm.
her. And like, it was very sweet. And she even cuts up, she braids her hair and cuts it and gives him the braid.
I know, to keep in his belt.
I know, for good luck and memory. I was like, it's so sweet.
And he's like, I was like, what a good dad. Like these are, I was like, that's a good movie for that
It was,
aspect.
yeah, yeah, because even like he didn't want to take care of the kid, but he did. And then even when the guy's like, "Well, do you care about the kid?" You know, like, and he's
You
like,
have love for the
"Yes,
kid.
yes, I
Hmm.
do." Like, he's like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Like
I
I can't
can't.
help it.
Yeah, he's like, I can't let this little baby be left to whatever, like because they just know it's the Kale's army and stuff. So I don't even think
Obviously,
they're
they're probably
like,
gonna kill it.
yeah, like they're like,
Can't be for a good reason.
I love though when the sorcerer is sending them off and he does the bird magic thing and he's like, follow the bird, and the bird's going like the opposite way, and he's like, follow the river. That was very funny. So this one was very goofy too. I
Hmm.
wasn't anticipating it to be as like goofy and silly as it was, but I mean it makes sense because it really is kind of for kids too. So I did enjoy that. It at least lightened the tone some for it because it's so long. So,
Yeah.
and because it's not a super serious, like fleshed out story like Lord of the Rings is, you kind of need that comedy, a little more to just kind of get through it. Because, yeah, we get introduced to Sorsha, and I think she was so badass and
Mm.
pretty. And,
She was
oh,
so pretty.
one thing I left out of the fun facts, just because that'd be fun during, was this is how her and Val Kilmer were married for 8 years after this.
Oh, I did not know
Yes,
that.
this is how they met. She is the mother of his two children. Now, they did divorce after 8 years, but I still think I didn't see anything too crazy. Like, I think it was just a marriage that ended kind of thing. But yeah, they still had children together. Both of his children went on to act. He actually saw her in a play like a couple of years before or something and had remembered her and thought she was such a great actress that he was like smitten with her from the beginning. Almost
Mm.
kind of like what is shown in this
Yeah.
movie when he first looks at her and he's like, "You're beautiful," and like instantly he was already like that, yeah, with her when he like officially met her on this film.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
I know, right? And Warwick Davis also met his wife on this film as well. But she was just like an extra, one of the random
Oh,
kind of
okay.
extras. It wasn't, yeah, a lot of people misconstrue and say it was Kaya, but it was not Kaya. But she was an extra on the film, and they had like met, in passing and everything. But then they didn't meet again till a few years later, and then that's when they hit it off, and they eventually married and everything. And I believe they were married for a very long time until she passed away.
Oh,
Yeah, so I thought that was very sweet that at least both the
have
main
love on this
stars,
film.
yeah, like found love on the film. But yeah, but all you get about Sorsha in the beginning is just basically she's the evil queen's daughter and she's been tasked with finding this baby along with Kale, the leader of her forces.
Hmm.
And that's kind of all you get.
At least the her like necromancer or whatever he is.
Yeah,
He was like, she will betray you.
I know, but that's all you get. Like I
That's all
thought
you get. But at
I
least you get
didn't.
that.
And when they gave you that, that's when I was like, oh, okay. I was like, we're not going to get a lot with this Sorsha girl because they're already setting this up as a foreshadow for later. Because obviously they're not going to go into the work to tell us why she's going to Judas them.
Right. To Judas them.
I don't know, like I said, there's so much to me. This is more biblical than Lord of the Rings.
Right. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. With sacrifices made and
Yeah.
rituals.
Like I said, yeah, we get these little tidbits and they're always kind of on their tails. And you get the beginning, which is, I like I said, yeah, very beginning of Lord of the Rings with the hobbits when they're going through kind of in the beginning by themselves. And it's very much the same. They're hiding from these bad guys. They're trying to get to this crossroads. And that's when you get Val Kilmer. So he doesn't even come into the movie until like, it's like 30 minutes almost into it.
Hmm. And I love him in this movie. He's like the perfect anti-hero.
He really is. Yeah, he did great. I mean, he is a great actor. Always was one of those that was known to be difficult. I read this really nice. It was actually on I think the Roger Ebert website, and it was kind of like a look back at the work and life of like Val Kilmer. It was very well written. It was very nice, and it just talked about his dedication. And there was a quote saying where he was like, "I did kind of get blacklisted and had alienated like all of the top like producers and executives and stuff over time." And he was like, they labeled me as difficult. He was like, but I'm not difficult. I'm just challenging. Like he wants, he looks at these roles as a challenge and like,
Hmm.
like real art. Like apparently he studied at Juilliard, so he's
Hmm.
like a really
An
trained
artiste.
actor. Yeah, he's an artiste. So certain types in Hollywood, it talked about kind of like how early on he was pretty disillusioned with even like some of his first roles because he took them so seriously. And like, he's that method actor to where, if the character plays guitar, then he's learning how to play guitar.
Hmm.
Like if in this, the horseback riding, well, he was going to take horseback riding lessons,
Well, but why? I mean, that's what makes the movie believable, though.
yeah, a lot of the times. Now, apparently, in one of his first films, he learned the guitar for it, and then they told him, "Why did you go and do that? It would have been funnier if you didn't." And it was like the old Elvis movies, like where it's like obviously not playing. And then he said he was like so disheartened by that, and like I guess he like learned to like gauge his expectations of Hollywood, and apparently that's why he did a lot of more why he was always kind of more of a supporting character than the leading man at times because he
Hmm.
realized he could get away with more because you're not the leading man, so the director is not like as up your ass as much, I guess.
Yeah,
So
I
he
can see that.
basically could have more fun with his characters and like create elaborate backstories for them and to like make him feel like
Hmm.
more involved in the and than who he was playing. So anyway, it was very interesting. And you can just tell what a good actor he is, and something even as silly as this movie. Like his comedic
Hmm.
timing was great, and then he always talked about he enjoyed comedy, and he always did want to do more of it. So, which he did a little later in his life. But yeah, I mean, he was very cute.
Oh my God, he was gorgeous in this movie.
I didn't. I never was like a huge Val Kilmer fan
Oh,
in
the
terms of
Doors movie.
attraction.
Mm.
Like he was fine. Like he was always kind of fine to me, but in this one, I was like, he is very handsome in this one.
Hmm. That smile. Mm. I just love that. Like, I don't know what kind of charm it is, but like smarmy.
It is. It's like a smarmy kind of gruff charm.
I love it. But I wrote down one of his, this one made me giggle when he said he was still in the cage and he says,
Mhm.
there's a peck here with an acorn pointing at me. Oh, I thought that was so funny. He's like, oh
I,
no.
I think when he said that is when I had wrote Val Kilmer just oozes crazy funny asshole.
Yeah. The best kind of
Yeah,
people.
in the fun way. They do eventually let him out of the cage because there are armies coming, and it was that Eric that we mentioned where he did have like a backstory with him. And they're basically like, we're not going to let you out, but we got to go to this battle. And they do end up letting him out. And then Migosh just dips. Like Warwick's like, okay, you can go, like, blah, 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 I gotta do this. And then I saw a review on Letterboxd that was like, unlike Samwise, he just GTFOs.
He's like, okay, see ya.
Good
I'll tell
luck.
everybody you said bye.
So it's funny. So yeah, he does give him the baby. And then because he's like, yeah, I guess this is, this guy seems like maybe he would be up and up, or at least take the baby to, because he even says, I know women I could take the baby to, or, like figure it out. And so eventually he does. And then he's leaving. And then he finds like the brownies with the child. And then he's like, what the fuck?
Well, that's what
Like,
happens because he gives him that, and then him and Migos are going back to the village,
uh-huh.
and then the brownie comes flying by with the baby and the
Yeah.
bird.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, here we go. Okay, bye. See ya. I gotta go do this."
So yeah, so this is when like the real adventure begins where he is solo. And I always thought too Mad Mardigan was going to be more directly involved in like kind
I
of this
remember
middle,
him in
like
it a lot more too.
yeah, and they have him kind of coming in and out, with helping Willow.
Hmm.
Like he helps Willow out for a little bit, and then Willow's kind of naggy, and then they'll go their separate ways, and then they run into each other again, as how it kind of happens. But again, this is when I'm like, they could have entered in a little more with the bad guy, with Sorsha or something,
Hmm.
because this is when it does start getting a little repetitive after.
They want you to have that love-hate relationship so then they can come together at the end.
Yeah, but even then, they just don't give enough, in my opinion. Other than just like he's like, "Oh, you're beautiful," and then she like instantly just becomes like a plot device instead of like this cool badass character that I felt like she could have
That's
been.
what I wrote. Like how quickly she like turned and was like, "Oh my god, I love him." That's like you said, she was such a badass at first, and then all of a sudden after that, then she was like
Yeah, because
in love with him already.
they get captured at one point after the carriage scene and all this stuff, and they meet Raziel, the witch that is supposed to be like just as powerful, or if not more, maybe than the queen.
Hmm.
And as you at least how they go about it, you do get the tidbits of story of like you come to the understanding that the queen basically kind of covered her bases when she started taking over, because she like transforms this other witch that would cause her problems. And then later we find out, because they're basically telling them to do this quest, but the quest always ends up being a dead end for Willow. Like they
Hmm.
finally get to Tira's Lean, and the
Everybody's in
queen,
stone.
yeah, had already fucked everyone up anyway. Which just makes me think, why did that? Because when you get the brownies, they were doing it for one of the fairies, and that's who kind of launches Willow into being like, hey, you're going to be her guardian and you got to take her here.
I just thought the name was hilarious. Like, this is a Laura Dannon.
Yeah. Why did though they not know that Tira's Lean was not working? Like, you
I
know what
don't
I mean?
know.
Like, either
Yeah.
way, the end game wasn't able to happen. So I also, that's why I kind of felt like this movie felt a little flatter to me, because everything you're supposed to be building up to, you never get to. And I can understand when they implied that, like, because the witch is even older, because she was under the assumption she was still young and beautiful, but that's how much time is supposed to have been passed.
Mm.
But I don't know. I still am like, well, if that much time has been passed and all this shit happened, why does this fairy bitch still think like this is where to take the baby? I don't know.
Because I think what it was is when she said that there's a good king and queen there that will take care of the baby. I think that's she was like foreshadowing Mad Mardigan and Sorsha being the.
That, but see, you don't understand that really, because you don't realize Sorsha is a princess. Like in the traditional, like she was the princess of Tira's Lean. I only know
Mhm.
that because of the stuff I read from deleted, stuff from the script.
Yeah, because I was just under the assumption they just took up residence there and that be made them king and queen.
They're
I
like
was like, they took it over now, so
they're like, we're squatters, we live here now.
exactly. Is that how it happens?
We're the ones who got all the trolls out, okay?
Finders keepers. Yeah, if we got the trolls and clean up all the troll shit, it's ours.
It's ours. Okay, so that would make a lot of sense. Like that 100% I could get behind, with it being like a foreshadowing. Doesn't make it as disappointing also if I think about it that way.
Right.
Because yeah,
That's
because
my assumption.
I was like, what the fuck? And then yeah, and then we never really find out. I thought about the frozen people there. Like, I don't
Yeah.
like it felt
I
like
didn't remember that at all.
yeah, where I'm like, what the fuck happened to them? Like
Nothing, apparently.
but yeah, during this time, before you get to Tirasleen, like I said, they get captured, they escape. Willow tries to do, like I said, they implement a little bit of the magic stuff, but just not enough for me to where they do eventually end up in the final battle. And this is when it started getting like kind of real goofy.
I like that he home alone the castle.
Yeah,
Set up his little traps.
he did. He did. I did love when Mad Mardigan gets the armor, and he puts the armor on and he's like just ready to go. He's like,
Hmm.
I'm battling now. I'm a knight.
Yep.
And but yeah, like you said, then Sorsha just like 180s.
She's like, this hot guy wants me. See ya, mother.
Yeah. Oh, because I'm sorry, that's what I left out was when they were captured, he gets hit by the fairy love dust stuff that the brownies
Hmm.
have. And that's where he's just like saying all these things to her that like I guess a man's never said to her before. And but
Right.
even then she
Not a
doesn't
man that looks
seem
like him, as it
yeah.
says.
At the very end, she kind of is like, ooh, maybe. But then they realize the baby's gone. And then she's like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
And
trickery.
trickery. And then later, they even show them kind of when they use her as a hostage in a situation during yet another one of the escapes. She's still not like,
Fully on board.
yeah, like, and they don't even have her talk or anything much to where you just, like I said, you just aren't 100% getting that she would like just turn to their side. Like, I know I sound like a broken record, but that is, yeah, my biggest complaint about this movie.
I think it's like there was something else that her mother did. And she's like, mother. So I think it was like something that, and then like the way he was with the baby. I think that's what turned her. The
Yeah.
way Mad Mardigan was with the baby.
Mm-hmm. And
And
she's
then she
like,
saw the
oh, he
baby
is.
and saw how fucking adorable that baby is.
That
And I was
baby was
like,
cute.
this baby and its little expressions are so fucking cute. Its little
I
crazy hair.
I think they went through a few babies too.
Mm,
Yeah, because
it was so cute.
yeah, one of them was someone's niece. I think towards the end, because the other baby started aging. Because it
Oh,
took a
yeah.
while to film this movie, evidently. And they had to like glue the wigs on the baby head because none of them had hair
Yeah.
yet. But it was like with corn syrup or like something like that to get the wig to
That's what
stay.
made it so funny looking was his little crazy hobbit hair.
Oh, it's so funny. But yeah, the big fight at the end was fun because you have like a little bit of Willow, you have some of Mad Mardigan. I love when the troll does come up and they all run and he's like, yeah, they're running for me. And then he runs out with them and then they're all looking at the
Yeah.
troll together and
Him.
then he's like, ah, like those little scenes were cute. It was very like Ron Howard humor for sure. And like
Hmm.
Star Wars, yeah, like George Lucas a little bit. Then you get the witch fight because he does finally he's able to like muster the fucking strength of turning her to a human. But it's when Bev Morda, I did like when she just turned everyone into pigs.
Yeah. I that part horrified me as a kid.
Yeah, well, because then it's like, because a lot of times in these movies where it's like, oh, they're so fantastical and they have so much magic, and then they're like never actually doing shit with it. And this one,
Yeah.
she's just like, you're all pigs. Like, I was
Pigs. You're all pigs.
terrified. Like, and then the practical effects and everything they kind of did and combining it all, like that one, that was good.
I love when there's that guy laying on his back and like his bottom half is a pig. Did you see that?
Yes, yes. That's why I was like, oh man, this is really good. So, oh, another fun fact. Apparently, when they were filming that scene, the pigs just would not try to stop humping each other. So
Ew.
it was like madness trying to get this scene right without the pigs just trying to fuck.
Gross.
I know. I was like even more
Like a pig
terrifying.
orgy.
Yeah. Oh, and then eventually we get to witch fight.
Hmm. And my favorite part that I took a video of it last night while I was watching it and had to send it to Stephanie because her doing that little bit of
When she's
spell
like
work.
flinging her around.
No, it was just when the like when she was saying that.
Oh, the entire scene was pretty funny. And I loved when the one witch just punches the other witch just straight in
Hmm.
the face. Like that part I love because I was like, yes, practical as well as like you don't have to always be using magic. If you're right there in her face, just punch her.
Yeah, just
Like, why
fucking
wouldn't
cold
you?
cocker.
Exactly. Uh,
Use all your powers, bitch.
I know.
What do they call that melee in video games?
Oh, melee.
Melee.
Melee. That's funny. But yeah, so they have a full-on like fight. Warwick ends up helping, of course, because they have to let the witch kind of go down for the count a little bit so he can actually, be the hero. And he's still like, I mean, he's still like, she's a powerful witch, so like she's
Mhm.
still gonna overtake him a little bit. So he's able to basically use his good old hobby, his trickery magic.
Yes. The old disappearing pig trick.
The old disappearing pig trick, and he pretends basically like he spirits her away is basically what he makes the witch think. Like, hey, I put her to something like you don't even know. And
Mhm.
so when she though gets that stuff on her, like the oil from the ritual, like that's
Right.
what happens, right? Like when because she's covered in like that red smoke
I
is
think
coming
that
and
she was
stuff.
gonna pour that over the baby and then it
Baby,
was
and
gonna,
then
yeah,
yeah, and because it went on her, so basically she just like ritualed herself to like
sacrifice herself.
the
Yeah.
nether world or wherever she was gonna be,
Right.
yeah, like throwing the baby. Okay, that was the one thing where I was like, wait, I'm like, that's how that happened, right? Because I was like, Willow didn't use that magic on her.
Right. He
Yeah,
didn't,
okay.
how did he do that?
I was like, how did I know? Yeah. So basically, the trash took itself out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's funny.
And yeah, as you said, Mad Mardigan and Sorsha and our guests are just going to end up, yeah, taking care of the baby. And yeah, like it totally makes sense now that you're like they're the people that she was talking about that he was supposed to
Yeah.
probably meet along the way. That does make
Right.
more sense.
And then I did love Kale's death, how Mad Mardigan like stepped on that sword and then like pulled him onto it. I thought that was pretty
Oh,
badass.
and that was also the most gruesome scene. Because if you notice throughout most of the film, when there are people fighting, there's arrows, like there isn't like super like stab scenes. Like you're not
Yeah.
seeing a full like penetration.
Just a tip.
Yeah, like I mean, kind of, but yeah, in that fight scene, that one was probably my favorite because yeah, like he actually like stabs him and you see him like
Hmm.
push it through,
And
and
then
then like
he like shoves it, the sword hilt, and then steps on the other one and pulls him on
yeah,
top of it. Yeah, that was pretty
exactly. It
badass.
was yeah, it was
I
pretty
was like,
brutal
ooh,
too. Yeah,
that guy
so
deserved it, but ooh.
so that was cool. And so yeah, this is one of those funny though, like I said, more kind of for kids, but it had that 80s darkness, that
80s for
all,
kids.
yes, that all those children's movie of that time had. Like there was just such darkness to it, but yet it could be so lighthearted in the same manner. Like it's really interesting era of filmmaking for that. I can tell you that
Well, because it gets you ready that you have to go through the dark to see the light, you know?
yeah, you're right. And they were able to balance it so well in my opinion. I'm not sure if I feel like today that could be done, but I don't know how parents handle nowadays like obviously we grew up with not going by parental guidelines for like how old you could be when you watch something, but I
Right.
feel like parents are more like that now. So I wonder if something would be like dark like this, or even like the never ending story, like
Hmm.
that, like kind of stuff. Like would someone take their kid nowadays to see something like that?
It depends on the age, I think.
So yeah, overall though, it was a fun watch. I didn't hate it. Like I said, I did think it was a little too long for just what they kind of had for the plot line and the story and everything. But yeah, I think a fairy tale is kind of more of what I would
Hmm.
consider this than necessarily like it's not like a too long of a fantastical quest, It's
Right.
not it's yeah, more like a fairy tale and I didn't hate it, but I don't know if I would watch it again in the near future. Like
Hmm.
this would be one for me where I'd be like, okay, in maybe like 10 years I would like pick it up again and watch it.
Revisit it.
Yeah, revisit if I were, especially if I were like, oh, I want to watch some old 80s fantasy. Like I would do
Hmm.
this and probably Legend and Labyrinth, like yeah,
Yeah.
I think it all fits within all that stuff. So, how about you?
I will totally watch it again.
Hmm.
Always and forever.
Forever.
And same, I would totally do like I'm gonna do an 80s fantasy movie marathon. I think
Hmm.
I would probably I'd probably watch it more recent than the next 10 years.
Yeah.
But you know how time goes by so
That's true.
quickly.
Blink an eye and you're like, oh, it has been a decade.
Yeah. Oh shit. But I'm still only 28, so I don't understand time.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm like, time's not linear, guys.
Oh,
So I'm still 28. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, there you go. You're like, I'm 28 in some timeline.
Yeah. And they intersect at some point.
No, watching this one though, like I said, it made me want to watch Clash of the Titans again.
It made me want to watch Legend.
That's fine. We just watched Legend, like I think it was this year or last year. We did like a little fantasy kind of 80s kick.
It's been a little while for me now, a couple
Yeah,
years, I
so
think.
this one kind of rounded it out. I can kind of say, okay, I think I've completed a lot of the higher like quality 80s
Yeah,
fantasy.
the high tier, tier
Yeah.
one.
Well, all right, guys. That was Willow. And as always, you can find us at Film Gazers on the social medias. We do have a Discord server. You can find us at Film Gazers Film Gazers podcast community. Yeah, pretty sure that's it.
Question mark?
Question mark. And the TikTok has been doing well. Remember, you can also follow us on there. We do
At Film
officially
Gazers.
have one. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, and did you made a Redbubble, didn't you?
I did. Oh, yes. I keep forgetting we
Mm-hmm.
need to promote that.
Yeah.
You can now find merchandise on our Redbubble. It is Redbubble/Film Gazers.
Nice. So have some fun stuff on there.
We got some stickers. We got some, I mean, you can choose what you want on there, but there's
Mm-hmm.
some merch designs.
Sweet. All right, guys. So we will see you in the month of December for our War on Christmas.
War on Christmas. Fuck these movies.
So, time to hit the dusty trail.
Until next time.
Later,
Taters.
taters. We did it.
Wait, ta-da.